Good afternoon and welcome to Eunice Cardinals State Tournament Baseball from Noalmark Digital and One Radio Square Sports. I'm TJ Miracle. Don Morgan will be joining us here in just a little while from the Jennifer Riordan Spark Kindness Complex out in the far West Mesa here in Albuquerque, as the number 1 Eunice Cardinals will be taking on the number 8 Raton Tigers of Eunice. Of course, the coaches have already met, and I think I don't know if they're going to be doing another round of national anthem before the afternoon games get underway or not. So while we're waiting to see on that, let's go ahead and give you the starting lineup for Raton. Number 8 on the season under Coach Robbie Armijo, 11-11 on the year. They were 7-3 in district. Leading off is their second baseman, Chase Middlebrook. Batting second, playing first will be Arden Romero. Hitting third is the center fielder, Cameron Edmondson. Batting fourth, playing short, Braden Decker. Batting fifth and playing third will be Santiago Cartillo. Batting sixth is the catcher, Braden Tapia. Batting seventh and pitching, Chris Ortega. Batting eighth is the DH, Braylon Walton. He'll hit in place of the left fielder, Luciano Castillo. And batting ninth and playing in right will be Cooper King for Raton. For your number 1 ranked Eunice Lady Cardinals under second-year head coach Tyler Almager, 18-4 on the year, 11-1 overall in the district schedule, of course, earning the number 1 seed. Leading off for your Cardinals and catching will be number 10, Isaac Morales. Batting second, playing first will be Jose Calvillo. Batting third, playing center, Tyson Coy. Batting in the 4 slot is the DH, Tyson Jones. He hits in place of the starting pitcher, Haziel Goitia. Batting fifth and playing at third will be Andres Serrano. Batting sixth, playing in left, Misa Brito. Batting seventh, playing right field is Bubba Cerna. Batting eighth is the shortstop, Luis Zamora. And batting in the 9 slot and playing second will be Randy Gallegos. So not sure what the holdup is here, as the umps are out there and set up. The Tigers look like they're ready to go. The Cardinals certainly ready to go too. I'm ready. The crowd's ready. The fans are ready. So like I said, not sure what the holdup is. There's games going on all 5 fields here at this sports complex out on the far West Mesa here in Albuquerque, and they are going to be doing the national anthem, so we will take a timeout, come back with the first pitch. This is Eunice Cardinal State Tournament Baseball on the Eunice Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
BTH Services and Rentals, LLC is proud to support the Eunice Cardinals. They wish all the young athletes an incredible season and send a special shout out to the class of 2025 seniors. Congratulations on this milestone. Go Big Red! BTH Services and Rentals, proud supporters of all Lee County athletics and academics. Cardinal Hardware is your complete lumber yard with reasonable prices and outstanding service. When you need hardware or lumber, think of Cardinal Hardware. When you need great accommodations that feel like home, think of Oil Patch Motel in Eunice. Cardinal Hardware and Oil Patch Motel in Eunice, another proud sponsor of all Lee County sports and academics.
When you want the job done right, trust the professionals at DNC Electric for all your electrician's needs. DNC Electric does oil well installations, battery installations, power lines, automation electric motor repairs, transformer repair, and so much more. When you want a reliable, dependable electrician for all your commercial and industrial services, call DNC Electric 492-0044, 575-492-0044. DNC Electric, 1444 West Broadway. Eunice Public Schools empower students to soar by providing exceptional educational experiences in a safe and nurturing environment. The entire Eunice community comes together to champion sports and academics, fostering a spirit of collaboration and friendly competition. Eunice is a vibrant small town with a strong sense of community and academic excellence where everyone thrives. Eunice Public Schools, prioritizing student success, cultivating meaningful relationships, and striving for academic excellence to transform lives and unlock limitless potential.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics. Guns Up Services is a proud supporter of their Eunice community and their Eunice Cardinals. Guns Up Services has been in business almost 14 years and is family owned and operated, located at 2105 Avenue O in Eunice. They're your trusted vacuum truck, winch truck, frac tanks, rental equipment, and dirt work provider. Guns Up Services in Eunice wants to cheer on number 9, Elijah, and number 15, Maddox, wishing them good luck this sports season. Guns Up Services, another proud supporter of all Lee County athletics.
Are you ready to take the next step in your education?
Look no further than New Mexico Junior College.
Whether you're just starting out or aiming to advance your career, NMJC offers top-notch programs in so many different fields.
With small class sizes and dedicated instructors, you'll get the personal attention you deserve.
Plus, our campus is equipped with state-of-the-art facilities and resources to support your learning journey.
Visit us online at nmjc.edu or stop by our campus to discover why NMJC is a smart choice for your education.
NMR Pipeline is a highly qualified, dedicated company, leading in performance with management and employees who've provided over 45 years of service in pipeline maintenance and construction within the oil and gas industry. NMR Pipeline, 300 South Main in Eunice, or call 394-0144 for more information. Again, 394-0144. NMR Pipeline is proud to be a supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. And welcome back. As they have decided to introduce the teams, they apparently only have a rolling PA system, so now they are introducing the teams here. Welcome back. I'm TJ Miracle. Thanks for listening in today. Eunice Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com. Of course, due to playoff video rights grants, we are not allowed to video stream this game, but we will have the audio. We've got the score bug for you there on the screen, and you can follow along that way. But we appreciate you being here, as the Cardinals are the home team on the scoreboard, as is befitting of the number 1 squad. They are wearing the home white unis with the red pinstripe, red letters and numbers for Raton. And the Tigers, they are in the black unis with the off-white pants and the off-white letters and numbers. As we get to first pitch in this one from here on the West Mesa in Albuquerque, we are going to be looking at 72 degrees, so a very pleasant day, although out in the sun it is quite a bit warmer out there. Getting the start for the Eunice Cardinals is Jaziel Goitia, 1-0 this season on the bump in limited action. He does have a 2.61 ERA, and I like that call from Coach Almager. Of course, saving his number 1, 2, and 3. He's got him in case there's a little bit of trouble here today, and then he's got him for the semifinals scheduled for tomorrow, and the finals hopefully on Saturday. Of course, Eunice is the runner-up from last year under Coach Almager in his first year as the boss for the Eunice Cardinals. Of course, a lot of success as a Cardinal player and trying to pick up right where he left off now as a Cardinal coach. And a big thanks again to all of our great sponsors who make Eunice Cardinal sports possible. You see them there on the bottom of your screen. You're hearing their ads. We could not do it without their help and support. So the Eunice boys today with a chance to get a little revenge for the Eunice girls. A wild one yesterday in the 2A softball playoffs as Eunice took on Raton and knocked off this Tiger squad. So now, okay, they have said play ball, so let's play ball from here at the Spark Kindness Sports Complex in West Albuquerque, far West Albuquerque. You hit the last exit before you leave town, and there you go. So lining up your Eunice Cardinals defensively, Goitia is on the bump. Morales is his battery mate. Calvillo, Gallegos, Zamora, and Serrano first to third. Brito, Coy, and Cerna in the outfield from left to right. Now, everything here at this new complex is turf. Even the mound is turf from here at this new complex. So Eunice, no stranger to turf, but I believe they do have a dirt mound. So going to be a little bit different for them, but hey, it's going to be a little different for everybody. So high above and just slightly down the third baseline. I'm TJ Miracle. Don Morgan will be joining us from out at Cleveland, and believe me, there is no easy way to get from Cleveland out to far southwest Albuquerque, where this new complex is. So Goitia on the hill, the 2.61 ERA, the 1-0 record in limited time this year. But the Cardinal righty does have all the pitches. Probably not going to overpower you with this fastball, but it'll play up well, especially if he gets his curveball and his changeup going. Good movement and generally good plate placement for these Cardinals. Leading it off for Raton will be number 3, Chase Middlebrook, the second baseman. He's followed up by Arden Romero and then Cameron Edmondson. That is 1, 2, and 3 for the Raton Tigers. So a beautiful now afternoon for baseball, and Eunice hoping to break the schneid for Lee County teams up here. Of course, the Eunice girls losing and eliminated yesterday. The Lovington girls earlier today falling to Artesia 7-2, and so that will knock Lovington down into the elimination bracket tomorrow. Winner of this game here this afternoon will move on to play the Loving Falcons, who knocked off Mesilla Valley 6-4 in the early game on this field, as a matter of fact. So here we go as Middlebrook steps in, and we are ready to go. Goitia on the hill. Morales flashes the signs, and we are underway in the State 2A semifinals, and that one going to be a bouncer that rolls back to the backstop for ball number 1. Dimensions here at field 3. You've got 330 down the lines, 390 to straightaway center, and betting about 360 into the alleys. So a 1-0 count to Middlebrook. We are underway as Goitia rocks and fires, and that one will be over the plate but low for ball number 2. So a 2-ball, no strike count. Not a cloud in the sky here in West Albuquerque. 2-0 pitch from Goitia. That one right down the slot as Middlebrook watches it, and that will be a called strike 1. So a 2-ball, 1 strike count. Top of the first inning, leading it off is Middlebrook. Romero in the on-deck circle, and the 2-1 pitch, and that one is low and hits the plate for ball number 3. So a 3-0 count to the leadoff hitter, Middlebrook. Again, Goitia, 2.61 ERA, but limited action. 3-1 pitch, and that one is going to be off the outside corner, ball 4. And so Middlebrook will work the leadoff walk, and Raton going to try and get something moving quickly. Now it'll be the first baseman, Arden Romero, stepping to the plate. So he'll look down to Coach Armillo in the third base coach's box, get his signs. I seriously doubt we're going to see a sac bunt laid down, but you never know. Pretty good lead for Middlebrook as Goitia deals fastball away, and that will be ball number 1. Goitia having trouble finding the strike zone here early. Needs to settle it in and lock it down. Calvillo holds the runner on over at first, and the wind and the pitch check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. And a quick fake throw back down to first as Middlebrook goes scrambling back. Count evens up at 1-1 to Romero. So Calvillo holding on Middlebrook over at first. Outfield fairly deep and straight away. Infield double play positioning. 1-1 pitch, curveball, and that one is going to break, but not enough. 11-5 break, and that'll be ball number 2. Raton with a very vocal crowd here. Good crowd on hand for Eunice, too. This field only seats about 200, and the pitch swung on, and that'll be a line shot, but foul all the way to the wall out in right field. Yowzer, that had double written all over it, but goes foul, and the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the 2-ball, 2-strike count as the umpires ask for a new ball to be put in play, and one will. And Romero settles back in. I'd say dig in, but you can't dig in on the artificial turf. And the 2-2 pitch curveball. That'll be a little slow roller. Going to find its way through between first and second. Middlebrook around second. He is heading to third as Cerna comes up with it. Tosses to third in time! Burn him down, baby! That is 9-5, and Middlebrook gets burned down 9-5. On the single by Romero. Instead of going station to station, he gets burned down. So the slow roller turns into an out. And Edmondson will come in. Of course, you got to remember, Cerna is the ace of the pitching staff. They test his arm, and Bubba burns him. So now with one down, it will be the center fielder Edmondson, and he'll take the first pitch on the outside corner, called strike one. So the no ball, one strike count, one down, runner at first now Romero. Not much of a lead over there. Goitia from the stretch, kicks, fires, curveball, line shot, right into the glove of Calvillo. He lays out and touches second. It'll be the 3 unassisted DP. And just like that, it is not the most conventional 1-2-3 inning you're ever going to see, but it works. We've played a half inning from here in West Albuquerque. Raton nothing. Eunice coming to bat. Cardinal playoff baseball continues in a moment.
Parker Energy, family owned and operated since 2006. Their team is known for their hard work and dedication, big enough to meet your needs for transport, pump trucks, vacuum trucks, and disposal services. Parker Energy and their staff are huge supporters of all Lee County sports and academics. They encourage their young adults to go the extra mile, whether it's sports, grades, or just being a better you. Parker Energy Support Services, 2350 Avenue O, a proud supporter of Lee County Athletics.
Congratulations, students and student athletes of Lee County. R360 congratulates all Jow, Eunice, Hobbs, Lovington, Tatum, and the surrounding high schools, and wishes the best of luck to our student athletes competing this week in state playoffs. Right now is more important than ever to recognize positive achievements in our communities. Join R360 in saluting our amazing Lee County students. This community message is brought to you by R360. Redbird go.
And welcome back here to West Albuquerque. No runs, one hit, no errors, and nobody left on base as an unassisted double play by the first baseman Jose Calvillo knocks out the Raton Tigers. So leading it off for your Eunice Cardinals, it'll be Isaac Morales. He'll be followed by Calvillo and then Tyson Coy. Setting Raton up for you defensively, you've got Ortega on the hill. Tapia is his battery mate. Romero, Middlebrook, Decker, and Cartillo. First to third, Castillo, Edmondson, and King in the outfield from left to right. Cardinals 18-4 on the year, 11-1 on the season, and Morales, the catcher, will start things off for the Cards. Ortega, the big righty, sets up on the first base side of the rubber, always pitching from the stretch. Tapia sets up on the outside, and kind of a three-quarter slot delivery will be outside for ball number one. No score here in this bottom of the first inning, as Raton got burned down trying to get an extra base, and then the unassisted double play. The 1-0 pitch swung on and missed as Morales takes a hack at a curveball, comes up empty, and the count will even up at a ball and a strike. Infield straight up, outfield straight up, and about three-quarters of the way back for Morales. Tapia sets up outside as Ortega will deal. Swung on and missed as Morales well out in front of that one for strike number two. So a 1-ball, 2-strike count to Morales, leading things off for your Cardinals here in the 2A quarterfinals. Ortega and the 1-2 pitch, and swung on and missed as he chased one outside, and he'll go down swinging. Morales, the first strikeout victim of the ball game, and there is one down for the Cards. And now it'll be Jose Calvillo to the plate. Calvillo, the first baseman, lefty, hitting over 500 on the year. He has been extremely consistent. Now Calvillo will settle in, righty on lefty matchup here. And the first pitch is away, and that'll be ball number one. Just what we've seen from Ortega so far, he is not going to overpower you, but he probably is going to fluster you. He throws a lot of movement, a lot of breaking stuff. The 1-0 pitch swung on, lifted high in the air out to center field. No carry on that one as Edmondson takes 2 steps to his right and will put the glove up for out number 2. So the fly out to deep center, 2 up, 2 down for your Eunice Cardinals. As now it'll be Tyson Coy, the center fielder, to the plate. Not a lot of wind. They don't have a flag on this field, but I'm not feeling any up on the sky deck. Looking over on field one, see if I can see a flag, but not a lot of wind. Probably not going to get a lot of carry. And the first pitch is at the top of the zone to Coy for a called strike one. So the no ball, 1 strike count to Tyson Coy. 2 out, nobody on. Coy, the slightly open stance. Tapia sets up outside in the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball missing away. And the count evens up at a ball and a strike. So the 1 ball, 1 strike count as NMAA Executive Director Dusty Young stopping by to say hello. And timeout asked for. So we got a ball coming in from field number 1 over to our left. So yeah, with the ball field surrounded by other ball fields, you will occasionally have things stop for balls coming in. So it's a 1 ball, 1 strike count. As back up to it is Coy. Ortega sets high up around the chin and deals the 1-1, and that one will be a fastball, and I don't know where it missed. Must have been just a touch low, and it'll be ball number 2. Looked pretty good from up here. Of course, I'm about 25 feet up and about probably 50 feet back from the field, so. And the swing and curveball popped up over on the left side as the shortstop Decker goes about 10 feet into the outfield right behind the hole at short and will make the grab for out number 3. So Raton gets the Cardinals 1-2-3. We've played an inning and there is no score in this one. We head to the second. The Eunice Cardinals are here on Eunice Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
Hometown local mechanic shop specializing in minor and major repairs from oil changes, car washes, brake work, AC repair, and so much more. For more information, call 394-8828. Call 394-8828. Or swing by Redbird Garage at 1800 North Main Street in Eunice and meet the new owners, Josh and Erica Jones. Redbird Garage is your hometown mechanic shop, committed to always doing what's right for you and your vehicle. Bart Parker, owner of Redbird LP Gas Company, and his employees are proud of their Eunice Cardinals. Bart, class of 1971, state champions of both basketball and baseball, support the kids with their academics and athletics. They realize that balancing both is challenging and appreciate their determination. Redbird knows the Eunice Cardinals have worked really hard to get where they're at, and they are cheering them on all the way. Bart and his crew say, "Go Eunice Cardinals!"
No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on for the Cards in their half of the first. We go to the top of the second, no score in this one, and it will be 4, 5, and 6. That is Decker, Cartillo, and Tapia due up for the Raton Tigers. Welcome back. I'm TJ Miracle. Dawn Morgan making her way from Rio Rancho. She'll be joining us here in just a little while. And thank you for joining us wherever you are, as Decker already asking for timeout just as Goitia was getting ready to deal the first pitch. Now we're ready as Goitia will deal the fastball. That one will be in the turf for ball number 1. Underway here, top second. Some fantastic defense for Eunice in the first, and some good pitching for Raton in the first. Keeps this a 0-0 ball game. That'll be a little line shot, going to find its way past the diving Calvillo over at first. Goes out into right field. Cerna comes up with it, and taking the big turn is Decker, and Cerna goes, "Yeah, you want to try it?" Decker will settle for the single out to right. So 1 on, nobody out. Leadoff single for the cleanup hitter Decker. Now Santiago Cartillo to the plate. Cartillo, the third baseman. Goitia now from the stretch. Looks at the runner and then deals the fastball away, and that will be ball number 1. So the 1 ball, no strike count. Runner at first is Decker. Calvillo holds him on over there. Outfield playing about 2/3 of the way back. Infield double play depth. 1-0 pitch on the way. Fastball at the knees. Outside corner. Yes, sir. Even things up at a ball and a strike. So the 1 ball, 1 strike count to Cartillo at the plate. Pretty good lead for Decker over at first. And the 1-1 pitch curveball. That one sails up and away. Ball 2. So the 2 ball, 1 strike count. Cards looking to punch their ticket back to the semis, where a familiar foe in the Loving Falcons awaits. Huge lead at first for Decker. Goitia comes to the plate and just misses low for ball number 3. The red and white faithful with the collective groan there. Looked pretty good from up here, but someone last half inning, same spot for Ortega that didn't get called. So 3-1 pitch and swung on and missed. Got him to chase a high one. Good movement on that late 2. More like a slider out of the hand of Goitia. And it'll run the count full. First full count of the ball game. And it comes to Cartillo, and the pitch swung on and missed. Same pitch, same result. Ring him up and send him down. First K of the ball game for Goitia, and there is one down for Raton here in their half of the second innings. And that'll be the catcher, Raton Tapia, to the plate. And Tapia going to show bunt, and he will pop it up over on the right side as charging in at the last second is Calvillo. That one hit the screen, or Calvillo might have had a play at it. Serrano also coming in from third. Strike one at the plate to Tapia. I don't remember the last time I saw a catcher try to bunt, but we're seeing it here as Tapia goes ahead and shows it early now. Corner infielders come in, and he'll swing away and slap that one foul over to the field next door. And so Tapia will be swinging away now at no balls and 2 strikes. Zamora shades over towards the bag at second. Huge hole between third and short. And the 0-2 pitch swung on and missed. Got him with the high fastball. Ring him up, sit him down. Back-to-back Ks for Goitia. And there is 2 down now for the Tigers in this top of the second, with the pitcher Chris Ortega to the plate. A chance to help his own cause here. Decker still at first with the big lead, and the first pitch swung on. That'll be a chop shot. Waiting on it, and on the bag is Calvillo in fair territory. The high grounder, and on the hop to Calvillo into his glove. And so a leadoff single turns into nothing. An inning and a half in the books. No score yet in this 2A quarterfinal matchup. Eunice Cardinal Baseball continues in a moment.
Precision, strength, reliability. Located at 3529 North Del Paso Hobbs, Thomas Welding is your trusted partner for top quality welding and industrial services. They specialize in carbon and stainless welding, operate an ASME-R stamp code shop, and provide roustabout services, dirt work, equipment rental, sandblasting, and coating. Owned and operated by Justin Thomas, who says we take pride in serving our community and are a proud supporter of Lee County athletics and academics. For expert craftsmanship and dependable service, call Thomas Welding today.
Outlaw Grill, the perfect spot for family dinners and date nights. Craving something extraordinary? Outlaw Grill serves up delicious fire-grilled steaks, fresh seafood, and authentic Italian pasta, flavors you won't find anywhere else. Dine in or call ahead for a quick and easy gourmet meal in Hobbs, 575-392-2012, or the Eunice location, 575-942-2466. Proudly supporting Lee County athletics and academics, Outlaw Grill is your go-to for great food and community spirit. Come taste the difference at Outlaw Grill today. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on for Raton in the top of the second inning. We head to the bottom of the second. Due up for the Eunice Cardinals, it'll be 4, 5, and 6. That's Tyson Jones, Andres Serrano, and Misa Brito. Welcome back to West Albuquerque in the Jennifer Riordan Spark Kindness Sports Complex. Yes, that is a bit of a mouthful. It is the 2A quarterfinals, Eunice and Raton, here at the 2025 Nucinda Credit Union NMAA State Baseball Championships. So Jones, the DH, the lefty, settles in. He will face Ortega. Bottom 2, no score yet. Welcome back as Ortega will come to the plate, and that one will bounce in the right-hand batter's box for ball number 1. So 1 ball, no strike count. Eunice went 1-2-3 in their half of the first inning. So still looking for their first hit of the ball game. Jones leading it off with a 1-0 count. Tapia sets up right over the middle in the 1-0 pitch, and that one will slide across the plate but low for ball number 2. Again, Ortega probably not going to overpower you with anything, but he's definitely got good movement on what he throws. So a 2 ball, no strike count, and the pitch, curveball. That one is going to bounce in front of the plate for ball number 3. So pitching Jones very carefully. Jones, Serrano, Brito. That is 4, 5, and 6 due up for your Eunice Cardinals. Middlebrook playing well deep, right in the middle between first and second. 3-0 pitch bounces on the plate, ball 4. And so the leadoff walk for Tyson Jones, and the Cardinals have their first base runner of the ball game with Andres Serrano now to the plate. So Serrano, the righty third baseman, will step in. As As Coach Almager flashes in some signs from the third base coach's box. I have a feeling he's telling Andres to just hit away. You might see a hit and run here. 1 on, nobody out, and the curveball, and Serrano well over the top of that one. Good pitch, strike one. Ortega's curveball is kind of an 11-5 breaker if you're looking at a watch, and you can kind of envision that from the righty. And a pickoff attempt back in safely as Jones flops in under the tag of Romero. So 0-1 the count. Middle infielders go to double play depth. The outfield playing extremely deep, especially Castillo out in left. Could dump one out there in a heartbeat, and that one going to bounce, get away from the catcher, Tapia, and he'll still have time to throw it down, but Jones slides in around the tag of Decker. Good arm there for Tapia. It'll be a stolen base for Jones. And the count evens up at a ball and a strike to Serrano at the plate. So now a runner in scoring position, first runner in scoring position for either team this afternoon. Winner moves on to play Loving tomorrow, 12:30. The loser gets ready for graduation. As Ortega checks the runner, the 1-1 pitch swung on, and that's a hard shot on the ground. Middlebrook bobbles it momentarily, comes up with it, takes the only play he has, goes over to Romero at first in time, 4-3 for out number one, but it acts just like a sacrifice because that will move Jones over to third. And so now Eunice with the go-ahead run just 90 feet away, and Misa Brito to the plate. Brito, another lefty for Coach Almager to run out there. I'll have to double check this, but I do believe Misa an 8th grader for this Eunice squad. So Brito with one out, runner at third, and the first pitch, that one is going to bounce in the dirt. Tapia blocks it with the chest pad, and it'll be ball one. If you're Eunice's hitters, all of a sudden Ortega looks like he's having a little trouble controlling some things. You might make him pitch to you. See if you can get him to groove you one. So a 1-0 count to Brito at the plate as Ortega deals. That's a good pitch. It'll be popped up and back into the screening. And things even up at a ball and a strike. So the 1-1 count. Runner at third is Jones. Worked the walk, then stole second, then moved over on the ground out by Serrano. And now a 1-1 count to Brito at the plate. As Ortega deals the 1-1 curveball, that one's away for ball number two. Started it probably about a foot too far outside for that 11-5 break he's got on it. It broke, but not nearly enough to catch the outside corner of the plate. And the 2-1 delivery, and that'll be a fastball away for ball number three. So now a 3-1 count with Bubba Cerna waiting on deck. And Eunice, you feel like they're just waiting to try and get the bats clicking and get things started up. And on the 3-1 pitch to Brito, swung on. That'll be a chop shot, find its way through, out into right field. That'll score a run as Brito has the RBI single to right. And Eunice draws first blood as Jones will cash in from third. And the Cardinals lead this one 1-0. Brito shot that one out there. Romero dove for it at first, but not able to get to it. King got to it pretty quickly and dealt it in to hold Brito to just the single, but an RBI single and Eunice is on the board. Now they want a crooked number as Cerna will step in, and the first pitch to Bubba is away for ball number one. Tapia comes up sliding down the first baseline. Darren Brito to get even another half step off the bag. Holding him on is Romero. Brito with about a step lead, and the curveball, that one's away. And another fake throw over to first, and it's ball two to Cerna at the plate. Cerna, the number 7 hitter for the Cardinals. He's made a fantastic defensive play in the first inning. 2-0 pitch, curveball swung on. That one is out of play. Over everything for strike number one. Might have landed in one of the fields behind us here. It's a clover leaf with a fifth field set off over to the far left. That is the south from our perspective. And the 2-1 pitch curveball, that one is high. Snap throw down to first. Knocked down by Romero And back in safely is Brito. It's ball 3 at the plate to Cerna. And this is probably the first field I've ever called a ball game in Albuquerque that did not have a view of the Sandia Mountains as the backdrop. It's got, well, just dirt behind it. The 3-1 swung on and Q shot it off the end of the bat. Cerna gets a piece of it and shoots it foul onto the right side. So the count runs full now to Cerna. Brito stands at first after the RBI single. And a full count to Cerna with 1 down here in the bottom of the second. Ortega sets high, looks at the runner, kicks and fires curveball. That one's away for ball 4. And so Cerna works the walk and puts runners at first and second. Second walk of the inning given up now by Ortega. And there's 2 on as Luis Zamora, the shortstop for the Cards, to the plate. So the Cards look to keep the line moving and turn that 1 into a crooked number. Ortega checks on the runners. Shortstop Decker well over, and Zamora tries to bunt and fouls it off for strike 1. Trying to use his speed. Zamora does have extremely good speed and good speed on the base pass with Cerna and Brito at first and second, respectively. So an 0-1 count to Zamora. Runner being held on first, and that one will be inside with the fastball. Evens things up at a ball and a strike. So the 1-1 strike count. Castillo out in left field comes in about halfway out. Cartillo at third, playing about a step or 2 in over at third. 1-1 pitch curveball swung on and missed as Zamora took a big hack at it, and that one just curved right out of his bat path for strike 2. So the 1-2 strike count. 1 down, 2 on, a run across for Eunice. They'd like to add to it here. Ortega checks the runners and the 1-2 pitch curveball. That one's away for ball number 2. Tapia swipes it back down and holds it right in the middle of the plate. Yeah, if that one's a little closer, you might get away with it, but probably not that far outside. As Ortega from the first base side of the rubber deals the 2-2 curveball swung on. That'll be a little curve shot. Middlebrook handles it at second, goes to the bag at second, and will get Cerna out 4-6 on the force. 4 out number 2. Zamora will reach on the fielder's choice. So 2 down, but it will move Brito over to third. So now Cards at the corners for Randy Gallegos, the Cardinals' second baseman. So still 2 on and now 2 out. Eunice trying to add to this 1-0 lead here in the second inning. Ortega looks at the runners, and the call is a strike as Gallegos showed bunt, I think more or less to screen Tapia, who fakes a throw to second. Zamora will take second. And so it's a 0-1 strike count. Ortega trying to get out of a jam with no more damage done. Pitch, that one's in the dirt, and it gets away. Brito with good speed coming in from third. He will dive in, and no play as that one kind of got trapped up on the concrete retaining wall. And so the wild pitch will score the run as Brito comes in, and Eunice takes the 2-0 lead. Count evens up at a ball and a strike. At the plate to Gallegos. Zamora moves down to third. And the 1-1 pitch curveball high for ball number 2. So a 2-1 strike count. Eunice leading this one 2-0. As Brito scores on the wild pitch. Ortega takes the long look in. And the 2-1 pitch swung on, and that's a line shot right back up the middle. That will head into center field as Edmondson comes on quickly to corral it. But Gallegos shoots it right back up the middle. It'll be an RBI single, and Eunice has turned 2 into 3. And now want to keep the line moving with 2 outs. Back to the top of the Cardinal lineup. It'll be Isaac Morales. Well, Morales, the catcher. Strikeout victim his last time up, but wants to keep the line moving. First pitch from Ortega, swung on and tipping that one off the end of the bat. It was a curveball. Morales just got a piece of it, strike 1. So a 0-1 strike count to Morales. 3 runs across for the Cards this inning. It started with a walk to Tyson Jones. And then Eunice has tacked a couple more on from there. 0-1 pitch, and that one is a fastball away. And things even up at a ball and a strike. So the 1-1 count. Good crowd on hand to watch this game. Pretty good crowds, from what I can see, around everywhere. Good lead over at first for Gallegos. He's got good speed. And the pitch swung on. Curveball shot back into the netting. And Sanal Morales down in the count. 1-2 strikes. So the 1-2 count. 3 runs across for the Cards. 2 outs. Runner at first is Gallegos. Giving Goitia a lead to work with. You like to see that. And the runner goes, and a throw down, and looks like they are going to get Gallegos trapped in the hot box. The rundown going on as he took off before they went, and then the tag, and Gallegos will be out, and so that will be a 1-6-3-4-6 double play. Or rather, out on the rundown. So the rundown by Gallegos ends that half inning, but the Cards plate 3. We head to the third. Eunice 3, Raton nothing, as Cardinals State Tournament Baseball continues in a moment.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
BTH Services and Rentals, LLC is proud to support the Eunice Cardinals. They wish all the young athletes an incredible season and send a special shout out to the class of 2025 seniors. Congratulations on this milestone. Go Big Red. BTH Services and Rentals, proud supporters of all Lee County athletics and academics.
For the Cards, in their half of the third inning, they get 3 runs on 2 hits. No errors committed by Raton, and nobody left on base. We head to the top of the third. It'll be 8-9-1. That is Walton, King, and Middlebrook due up for the Tigers. Welcome back here to the Jennifer Riordan Spark Kindness Sports Complex out on the West Mesa here in Albuquerque. So Walton will lead it off, the number 8 hitter, the DH. So he steps in as Goitia still on the hill, now spotted a 3-run lead by his offense. Goitia ready to go, and the fastball is up and away for ball number 1. So the 1-0 count. Ezekiel Goitia has pitched very well through the now first 2+. The 1-0 pitch fastball swung on and missed as the count evens up at a ball and a strike. Winner moves on to play Loving tomorrow. 12:30, right back here, field 3. And the 1-1 pitch curveball swung on. That one is popped up over on the left side. That one may bring rain as Zamora over behind the bag at third misplays it and lets it fall to the turf. And so the E6 will let Walton be on and stand in its second. Zamora had a long way to go, but got his glove on it and then just kind of swiped at it, and instead of using 2 hands playing fundamental baseball, kind of tried to make it look cool, and that cost the Cards a base runner. So now the Tigers with the runner in scoring position, and the number 9 hitter Cooper King, the right fielder, to the plate. Closed stance, he is a lefty, and he will show bunt. Corner infielders charge in as that fastball will be away for ball number 1. The 1-0 count. You're the Cards. You just got to put that little oopsie behind you and concentrate on the man at the plate. King squares to bunt and waves at one and evens the count at a ball and a strike. So the 1-1 count, top 3. Eunice up 3-0. Bunt Raton threatening with a man at second. Zamora shading well over towards the bag at second to keep Walton in the neighborhood. The 1-1 pitch, that one will be up and away, ball 2. So the 2-1 count. Goitia trying to pitch out of a little bit of a jam, not of his making here. And it's a 2-1 count at the plate. And the 2-1 to King, that one will be up and away, ball 3. So the 3-1 count. Goitia with a good fastball. He got a strike in this at-bat against it, the 3-1 to King. Chase Middlebrook, top of the lineup, waits on deck. Goitia deals the 3-1 and got him with the curveball. Kind of an defensive-looking swing there, and it runs the count full to King. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out, top 3, runner at second. Payoff pitch, fastball swung on and missed. Ring him up, sit him down. 3rd K of the ball game for Goitia. And there is 1 down for Raton here in the top of the 3rd. So that'll bring Chase Middlebrook to the plate. Middlebrook walked back in the 1st. And then on the next single, tried to go to 3rd, and Bubba Cerna told him that wasn't a good idea and threw him out from right. And the first pitch will be just inside for ball 1 as the groans go up from the Redbird section of things to my left. So a 1-ball, no strike count. Goitia checks the runner from the stretch. 1-0 pitch, fastball away. And now a 2-ball, no strike count. Then 2 balls, no strikes the count. Middlebrook at the plate, 1 down. Walton at second after the error, and the 2-0 pitch, and that one will sail away, ball 3. Walk here's not the worst thing in the world that could happen. Would put a traditional double play back on. It would put a force at all the bases, except for home. So a 3-0 count to Middlebrook. As Goitia deals the 3-0, that one will be in the turf, ball 4. And so the second walk of the afternoon issued, both of them coming to Middlebrook, and now there is 2 on for the Tigers with their number 2 hitter, Arden Romero, to the plate. Romero singled to right his last time up. He is 1 for 1. 1 down, though. Infield moves to double play depth. Calvillo actually moves in about a step over at first. And the first pitch, and that one is right down the slot. Good fastball to Romero, who watches it into the glove of Morales for strike 1. So now a no-ball, 1 strike count. Big lead at first for Middlebrook with nobody holding him on. And the 0-1 pitch, curveball, and doesn't curve quite enough. 11-5, noon to 6 kind of break on that one. Doesn't come down enough, and the count evens up at a ball and a strike. So it'll be a 1-ball, 1 strike count. Just 1 down, 2 on. Raton threatens as that one's high in the air and hard, but foul out over the batting cages beyond the right field line. And so now a 1-ball, 2 strike count. As Romero taps the plate a couple times with his bat, Morales sets up on the outside, and the 1-2 pitch. Fastball just misses inside. I think maybe they got crossed up just a little bit as Morales having to slide across the plate to go from outside to inside. Might have been a strike, but when you move that much, sometimes the umps won't buy it, even if it is a strike. And the 2-2 pitch, curveball swung on, popped up on the right side, and that one will carry out a play. And so we will reset things at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Runner at first is Middlebrook, who worked the walk. Runner at second is Walton, reaching via the error. Coach Almager coming out and bringing some fresh horsehide out for the umpire. He will turn things back over to Goitia on the mound. 2 on, 1 out, but a 3-0 lead for the Cards. And the 2-2 pitch, fastball swung on. That's a squibber on the ground. Gobbling it up is Gallegos deep in the hole at second, and he makes the only play he can. He goes to first to get the sure out. That was a smart play. So Romero will be out 4-3 for out number 2. It will move the runners around as Walton to third and Middlebrook to second. He thought about trying to turn 2, but realized not going to happen. So 2 down now. Just worry about the guy at the plate. That is Edmondson, who lined out to first his last time up, and he'll take the first pitch on the outside corner for a called strike 1. So a no-ball, 1 strike count. Edmondson, again, lining into the double play. His first time up, 0 for 1. And the 0-1 pitch, that one will be low and in the turf. And evens things up at a ball and a strike. 2 out, 2 on for Raton. Eunice leads this one by a score of 3-0 on a beautiful afternoon here in West Albuquerque. 1-1 pitch from Goitia, popped up on the right side. If it stays in, and it will not, it will just squeak out over the top of the netting. For strike 2. Of course, every time you play the field, takes the players a few minutes to kind of get the sight lines. It takes a couple innings for your broadcaster to kind of get it figured out too. 1-2 on the way, swung on, and that'll be a slow roller, and they're just going to let that one smartly go foul as Morales let that one dump out foul, a swinging bunt. Morales would have gotten to it and had a play at first, but it would have been very, very close. Edmondson as the center fielder with very good speed. Morales going to take a second, go out and talk to Goitia while we have a moment. Big thanks to all of our great Cardinal supporters. You see them there at the bottom of your screen. You're hearing their spots, making it possible for us to bring you this state tournament action. We couldn't do it without their help and support. Of course, not allowed to do video from up here. We don't believe in running commercials and charging you both, unfortunately, like some folks do, but we are bringing you the audio, and we're proud to be able to do that. Meeting at the mound over the 1-2 pitch line, shot foul down the first baseline and out into right field. Edmondson waiting on that one. He was a little bit late on the swing. So he's fought off a couple of pretty good pitches from Aziel to keep himself alive. He'll set up right at the back side of the right side box. Open stance, Morales flashing the signs. Goitia ready as he'll check on the runners, and the 1-2 delivery, curveball high, ball 2. So a 2-ball, 2-strike count now. 2 on, 2 out. Eunice trying to get out of a little bit of a jam here, leading it 3-0. Here in this 2A quarterfinal matchup. So with the glove on the knee, now straightening out. The 2-2 pitch swung on. That one is popped up over on the right side and heading out of play. Edmondson keeps fighting off a couple of, not a couple, that's like 4 or 5 really good pitches now that he's fought off. Now let's see what Goitia and Morales are thinking here. Goitia will set between the letters and the belt. 2-2 pitch, curveball swung on. That's a chop shot. Calvillo gloves it at first and takes 3 steps over and taps the bag for out number 3. So the ground out unassisted ends the Raton threat in the third. After 2.5 done, it is Eunice 3, Raton nothing. Cardinal baseball from the state tournament continues in a moment.
Cardinal Hardware is your complete lumber yard with reasonable prices and outstanding service. When you need hardware or lumber, think of Cardinal Hardware. When you need great accommodations that feel like home, think of Oil Patch Motel in Eunice. Cardinal Hardware and Oil Patch Motel in Eunice, another proud sponsor of all Lee County sports and academics.
When you want the job done right, trust the professionals at DNC Electric for all your electrician's needs. DNC Electric does oil well installations, battery installations, power lines, automation, electric motor repairs, transformer repair, and so much more. When you want a reliable, dependable electrician for all your commercial and industrial services, call DNC Electric 492-0044, 575-492-0044. DNC Electric, 1444 West Broadway. And welcome back here to the Riordan Sparks Kindness Sports Complex in West Albuquerque. In the Raton half of the third inning, they threatened but come up empty. No runs on no hits. 1 error committed by Eunice and 2 runners left out on the base paths. As we move to the bottom of the third, it'll be Morales, Calvillo, and Coy. That is 1, 2, and 3 due up. Morales was actually at the plate when Gallegos got caught in a rundown to end the inning. So we'll reset the counter on Morales. Isaac was down 2-1, but he gets a fresh set to go at it here in the top of the third. He struck out his last time up, so he is officially 0 for 1 in the ball game. Ortega still on the bump in the first pitch curveball, and that one just misses Morales thought about swinging and kind of flinched, but held up as that one flies out of the strike zone for ball number 1. So a 1-ball, no strike count. Taking the 1-0 pitch fastball. That one will be low and away, ball 2. So the 2-ball, no strike count. Outfield deep and about 2/3 of the way back. Infield pretty much their normal positions. To Morales leading it off. And the 2-0 pitch curveball. That one right through the heart of the zone. Morales just watches it into the glove of Tapia for strike 1. So the 2-ball, 1 strike count. Breeze starting to pick up just a little bit here at the sports complex. 2-1 pitch, curveball swung on, and Morales shoots that one back into the protective netting. And things even up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So it's a 2-ball, 2 strike count. Win or go home elimination game here in baseball. 2 8/4. 2-2 pitch, and that one comes inside, and I don't know how it missed Isaac, but it did. Ball 3 kind of turned away from it, and I guess it broke hard right before it got to him. So it'll run the count full to Morales leading it off. Morales, Calvillo, and Coy due up. Payoff pitch swung on, and that one is lifted high in the air to shallow center field. Could be a problem. Decker goes back from his shortstop position. Has to move around and twist around as the wind grabs it and moves it. But Decker will make the play, so officially a pop out to the shortstop for out number 1 as Morales getting under that one just a little bit. So now Calvillo to the plate. He's 0 for 1. He flew out to deep center his first time up. Jose with a little punch in that composite bat. And the first pitch, fastball missing outside to the lefty for ball number 1. Tapia tried to frame it up, but the umpire did not bite on it. So a 1-ball, no strike count. As Ortega deals, curveball swung on. That one is lifted high in the air and foul. Out on the left field side of things, over the bullpen and out into the concourse. So things even up at a ball and a strike. So it'll be a 1-ball, 1 strike count. Calvillo at the plate. Tyson Coy waits on deck. 1 down. Cardinals leading 3-0. 1-1 pitch swung on. That'll be a chop shot, and that one will be backhanded deep in the hole by Decker, and he's just going to have to eat that one. He had to come too far across, and even though Calvillo, not the speediest guy on the planet, Decker had to move so far towards third to get that one that it was smart just holding on to it. So it'll be an infield single for the Cardinals, and they are in business here in this bottom of the 3rd inning. Tyson Coy to the plate. Coy got under one and popped it up to Decker at short his last time up. He is 0 for 1. And now runner at first in Calvillo. Let's see if they can take advantage of the infield single. First pitch, and that one will be a little line shot, and that one will dump into center field. Calvillo round second, and he's going towards third as Edmondson kind of double clutches on it and then throws it away, and it'll go into the dugout. And so that will score a run. Calvillo will score on the E8 as Edmondson airmails it in. And you got Coy, who has the single to center. He'll wind up standing at second after that one goes out of play. I think Coach Almager asking if he should be at third. They're going to say nope, that he wasn't to first yet when that one got thrown away. But it'll be an error that will score a run. And Eunice now up 4-0 with Tyson Jones to the plate. It was Jones who got the scoring started for the Cards. He walked, stole the base, and then came in on a single by Misa Brito. Moved over to third on a sacrifice grounder by Andres Serrano. So Eunice up 4-0. And trying to add on to it here. Talked about it. If you get one, try and make it two. You want crooked numbers on the scoreboard if you can get them. So Jones will step in as Ortega checks on the runner and comes to the plate low and away for ball number 1. So 1-ball, no strike count. And there is work now going on in the Tiger bullpen. I can't see who it is. I'm blocked out by their dugout. But I can tell there's somebody down there throwing. 1-0 pitch swung on. That's a ground shot. Off the hop, Romero will handle it, and he will go tap first. So Jones is going to be out on the ground out to the first baseman. It will move Coy over to third. But 2 down now with Andres Serrano to the plate. Serrano with the ground ball out. If he'd bunted it, probably could have put it in the book as a sack, but it was just a full swing ground out, so he is 0 for 1. But a runner at third in the form of Tyson Coy. First pitch to Serrano will be away for ball number 1. 1 ball, no strike count, 1 run across for the Cards here, bottom 3. Trying to add to it with the runner at third. There's a jet flying over. 1-0 pitch swung on, and that one is high in the air to deep center field, and going back to the track is Edmondson, and coming to his left, puts up the glove and flashes the leather for out number 3. Serrano gives it a ride, but comes up short, but the Cards take advantage of an error and lead this one 4-0 as we head to the 4th. Cardinal State Tournament Baseball continues in a moment.
Our students to soar by providing exceptional educational experiences in a safe and nurturing environment. The entire Eunice community comes together to champion sports and academics, fostering a spirit of collaboration and friendly competition. Eunice is a vibrant small town with a strong sense of community and academic excellence where everyone thrives. Eunice Public Schools, prioritizing student success, cultivating meaningful relationships, and striving for academic excellence to transform lives and unlock limitless potential.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
And welcome back here to Albuquerque. The Cardinals get a run on 2 hits, 1 error committed by the Tigers, and 1 runner left on base. So we head to the top of the 4th inning. Eunice leading this 2A quarterfinal matchup by a score of 4-0. I'm TJ Miracle. Dawn Morgan will be joining us here in just a little while as she makes the long trek over from Cleveland High out in Rio Rancho, where she was covering Lovington softball earlier today. The Lady Cats falling 7-2 and move into the elimination bracket now tomorrow morning. Of course, we will have all of our state tournament games available for you on our family of streams and stations. Back here, Eunice Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com. 4-0, the Cards in the lead, and it'll be 4, 5, and 6, middle third of the lineup. Due up as Decker leads it off as Goitia, and they're going to call the balk on Goitia. And they're going to say nope, no balk, that he got the at a timeout was asked for. Decker did this last time. Called timeout right after he got in the box, and that one will be behind him for ball number 1. You're pulling the kind of show-up stuff there, wait until he goes into his wind, and then asking for timeout. A, if I'm the ump, I'm not sure I give it to him. And B, if I'm the pitcher, I may just throw it behind him like that. Let him know, hey, I didn't appreciate that. Whoa, that's a little head hunting there as that fastball will come up and in for ball number 2. So a 2-ball, no strike count. As a baseball comes flying in from our left. So a 2-ball, no strike count. It'll be Decker, Cartillo, and Tapia. That is 4, 5, and 6, middle third. Due up, Decker 1 for 1 as he steps back in. Gets right on the plate with the back foot. Slightly open stance, and the 2-0 pitch swung on and off the fist, and he's going to dump that one into shallow right field. Little Texas leaguer will move in as Calvillo will get to it. Braden Decker will just dump a little Texas leaguer into right. And so the Raton Tigers have the leadoff man aboard for the 3rd time. Actually, the 4th time they've gotten the leadoff person on all 4 innings, but have not managed to move him around yet. So now Santiago Cartillo to the plate. Cartillo 0 for 1, a strikeout victim his last time up. Calvillo holding on Decker over at first, who gets a pretty good lead. Goitia checks, now comes to the plate, fastball outside corner. Yes, sir, good pitch, strike 1. No balls, 1 strike the count, just underway. Top 4, Eunice leading this one 4-0. Raton at the bat. Number 5 hitter Cartillo. As Goitia looks over at the runner. And the 0-1 pitch, that one the cutter away. And evens the count at a ball and a strike. So the 1-1 strike count. On a busy afternoon here in West Albuquerque. I had to park over at the football stadium. Pretty good hike in. 1-1 pitch, that one will be a fastball high. Ball number 2. They don't ever think too much about parking at these things. So a 2-1 strike count. Yes, they did have a media lot, but it was full, and I think I'm the only media member here that doesn't belong to their NMAA's service, as that'll be a ground shot on the way, handled at second. Gallegos goes to shortstop and gets the lead runner. Right move as he pulls off Decker, who is pretty quick, but not fast enough. He had to hold off to keep it from being runner interference. So Decker will be out 4-6, and Cartillo will reach via the fielder's choice. So there's one down, still a runner at first, and now Brandon Tapia to the plate. Tapia 0 for 1, a strikeout victim his last time up. And he's going to show bunt, and he will lay it down, but it's a hard one right into the glove of Serrano charging. Throws it over to first in plenty of time. And now they are going to work on getting the runner in a run down. And, yep, we will have a run down double play as Tapia is out 5-3 for out number 2. And then Cartillo will be out 3-5 for out number 3. So the second double play, non-conventional double play of the ball game turned by the Eunice Cardinals, and that wipes out the threat in the fourth. 3.5 in the books. We are at the halfway mark of this one. Eunice 4, Raton nothing. Cardinal baseball continues in a moment. Eunice Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com.
Guns Up Services is a proud supporter of their Eunice community and their Eunice Cardinals. Guns Up Services has been in business almost 14 years and is family owned and operated, located at 2105 Avenue O in Eunice. They're your trusted vacuum truck, winch truck, frac tanks, rental equipment, and dirt work provider. Guns Up Services in Eunice wants to cheer on number 9, Elijah, and number 15, Maddox, wishing them good luck this sports season. Guns Up Services, another proud supporter of all Lee County athletics.
Are you ready to take the next step in your education?
Look no further than New Mexico Junior College.
Whether you're just starting out or aiming to advance your career, NMJC offers top-notch programs in so many different fields.
With small class sizes and dedicated instructors, you'll get the personal attention you deserve.
Plus, our campus is equipped with state-of-the-art facilities and resources to support your learning journey.
Visit us online at nmjc.edu or stop by our campus to discover why NMJC is a smart choice for your education.
For Raton in their half of the fourth inning, no runs on one hit, no errors, and nobody left on, and an unconventional 3-5-3 double play ends the inning. So leading it off for your Cards here in the bottom of the fourth, halfway mark of this one, it will be 6, 7, and 8. That is Brito, Cerna, and Zamora due up. Brito, an RBI single to right his last time up. Eunice trying to build on a 4-0 lead. Ortega still on the mound, but I have to think his leash is going to be getting a little bit short out there. If Eunice can get 2 or 3 guys on. We did have some work in the bullpen earlier for Raton. Nobody out there warming up now, but gotta think that Coach Armijo is going to be thinking about it. As Ortega deals the curveball high, ball number 1 to Brito. So the 1-ball, no strike count, just underway, bottom 4. 4-0 lead for the Cards. Trying to move on back into the semis where they would face a familiar opponent in the Loving Falcons. 1-0 pitch, fastball, outside corner. Yep, strike 1 as Brito shakes his head, looks to the heavens like, yep, I'm probably not going to get a better pitch than that the whole tournament. There's one he could have laced into, but I think he might have been looking for the curveball. And the 1-1 pitch, there's the curveball, and it's going to miss away for ball number 2. Number 2-ball, 1 strike count. Brito, the hitter. Cardinal left fielder, outfield playing fairly deep. Castillo, about 3/4 of the way back and left, and that one swung on and popped up. Could be trouble over on the left side, and Castillo runs into Decker, who was charging out, and that one's going to roll all the way to the wall. He had slid, and then they ran into each other. And then the ball gets away from the pitcher coming back in, and Brito wisely heads to third and will slide in. Gets hit in the head by the ball for his trouble and collides with Cartillo over there. Coach Tyler Almager going to come over. And so Brito is going to reach on the should have been the right fielder's ball. So I'm going to, or the left fielder's ball. So I'm going to call that an E7. And then moves to third on a little lackadaisical throw back in that got away from the pitcher. So he reaches on an E7 and then goes to third on an E6. So 2 errors on the play has got Brito at third as he's up and he's all right. As Cartillo, a big boy over there, collided with him. Then he got hit in the helmet by the ball by Ortega. But he's all right. He'll stay at third. Is now Bubba Cerna to the plate. Cerna walked his last time up. He's 0 for 0. And the first pitch, that one is in the turf and will bounce and roll all the way up the third baseline. Almost halfway to third as Tapia staying right with it. But it'll be ball 1. So if you're Eunice, you took advantage of the error last inning to score. See if you can take advantage of another one here in this inning to add to your 4-0 lead as timeout asked for. As baseball from another place come in, or did Coach Almager ask for it? Nope, and Almager sees something not right with Brito. So he's going to put Brito in the dugout and have him checked out, and they're going to put Baeza in. So Baeza going to come in to run for Brito. That'll end Misa's afternoon. 1-0 pitch, and that one is away for ball number 2 to Cerna. So Cerna 0 for 1, had a brilliant play out in right field where he gunned down a Raton runner, trying to go from second to third. Now looking to get it moving at the plate. And the 2-0 pitch, curveball up and away. That'll be ball 3. So a 3-0 count to Cerna at the plate. We might see Cerna on the hill tomorrow if Eunice holds on and wins this one. Almager may go ahead and run the middle of his starters as that one swung on, and that'll be a line shot out to deep left field. That one is going to bounce and go all the way to the wall out at the 340 mark. That will score Baeza. Cerna on the horse. He had the green light at 3-0 and knocks a 2-run, or rather an RBI double out to left field. He absolutely got a hold of that one and shot it out there and banged it off the wall. And now Eunice up 5-0. Nobody out here in the inning. And Eunice trying to keep the turnstiles moving. So now Luis Zamora to the plate. Luis reaching via the fielder's choice and scoring his last time up. And yep, that is going to do it for Ortega. As here comes Coach Armijo, and he's got a player in tow. Looks like he's got Warren Berry with him. And so that should do it for Ortega, as Berry will come on as the new pitcher. So Ortega has done his duty. He will leave. He's still responsible for the man on the base pass. So with the pitching change, we will take the timeout. Cardinals up 5-0. Cardinal baseball continues in a moment.
NMR Pipeline is a highly qualified, dedicated company, leading in performance with management and employees who've provided over 45 years of service in pipeline maintenance and construction within the oil and gas industry. NMR Pipeline, 300 South Main in Eunice, or call 394-0144 for more information. Again, 394-0144. NMR Pipeline is proud to be a supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics.
Parker Energy, family owned and operated since 2006. Their team is known for their hard work and dedication, big enough to meet your needs for transport, pump trucks, vacuum trucks, and disposal services. Parker Energy and their staff are huge supporters of all Lee County sports and academics. They encourage their young adults to go the extra mile, whether it's sports, grades, or just being a better you. Parker Energy Support Services, 2350 Avenue O, a proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
Congratulations, students and student athletes of Lee County. R360 congratulates all Jal, Eunice, Hobbs, Lovington, Tatum, and the surrounding high schools, and wishes the best of luck to her student athletes competing this week in state playoffs. Right now is more important than ever to recognize positive achievements in our communities. Join R360 in saluting our amazing Lee County students. This community message is brought to you by R360.
And welcome back, as we've got all kinds of changes here for the Raton Tigers. I know for a fact Walton is now the pitcher, and so he will take over on the pitching rubber. Romero stays at first. They move Middlebrook out to left field, so they will put Barry now at second. And I think that's the changes. So, okay, you've got Walton on the hill. Tapia is his battery mate, and we'll set the rest of it for you momentarily. So Luis Zamora will step in first to face the righty, the rangy righty, Walton. From the stretch, he'll check the runner, come to the plate, fastball. That one's in the turf for ball number 1. So you got Romero at first, Barry at second, Decker at short, Cartillo still at third. Now you got Middlebrook in left, Edmondson center, and King in right. So a 1-0 count at the plate, and that one is a shot right back up the middle, a hard grounder, and round in second and round in third, and heading home is Cernan. It'll be an RBI single for Luis Zamora, who shoots one right back up the middle and makes this a 6-0 ball game for the Cards, as Randy Gallegos now to the plate. So the Cards bats have come to life here. They get 3 in the second, 1 in the third, and they've already got 2 here in the fourth. Nobody out trying to add to it. Romero will hold the speedy Zamora on over at first. Zamora with about a step and a half over there as Walton sets at the letters. He'll come to the plate. Runner goes. The throw from Tapia is going to be just behind the runner. Good sweep there by Decker. Caught it on the bounce and came back behind him and almost gets Zamora. Makes it a much closer play than initially maybe should have been. Zamora was on the run, but Tapia, pretty good arm there. 1-0 count at the plate to Randy. Guy goes the slightly open stance and the 1-0 pitch from Walton. That one's high for ball number 2. So the 2-ball, no strike count, runner in scoring position. 2 runs already across for the Cards. They lead 6-0. Winner of this moves on to play Loving tomorrow, 12:30, right back here at Field 3 at the Sports Complex. 2-0 pitch, fastball away, and that one gets away from Tapia. He got the glove on it, so I'm going to call that a passed ball. We'll move Zamora over to third, and it'll be a ball 3 count now. 3-0 to Gallegos at the plate. So Walton on the hill, struggling just a little bit. 3-0 count to Gallegos, and that one will be low for ball 4. Third walk issued by Raton pitching. So close the books on the starter Ortega as he goes 3+. Has 6 runs in the book, 5 of them are earned. And so now Walton responsible for Zamora over at third. So, and Gallegos at first. So Cardinals at the corners and back to the top with Morales. And the first pitch to Isaac is on the outside corner fastball, strike 1. So the no ball, 1 strike count. Gallegos at first, Zamora at third. 2 runs across for the Cards, nobody out, trying to keep the line moving. Walton from the stretch looks at Gallegos at first, who's being held on over there. And the 0-1 pitch to Morales, swung on and missed, and a throw down to second, and that one going to be cut off by Decker. Zamora just stands at third with his hands on his hips like, yeah, you think I'm falling for that? So strike 2 at the plate. So a no ball, 2 strike count to Morales, nobody out. Runners in scoring position. The Cards trying to get the turnstiles not only moving but spinning. And the 0-2 pitch from Walton up high for ball number 1. So a 1 ball, 2 strike count. Cardinals in control here. As Walton ready to deal, and the 1-2 pitch, and that one is away. And they will go ahead and send the runner as Zamora as that one gets away from Tapia and moves up onto the concrete. So Zamora will score. Gallegos moves to third, and Morales showing, yeah, he went ahead and he waved and said, hey, he's not going to get to it. Come on in. And now it is 7-0 for the Cards. And a 2-2 count at the plate to Morales, directing traffic. And the 2-2 pitch swung on, and that's a hard shot on the ground, right back up the middle, past a diving Decker and out into center field. It'll be an RBI single back up the middle for Isaac Morales and make it an 8-0 ball game. The Cards are cruising, still nobody out. And now the pitching coach, one of the assistants, is going to come out and have a word with Walton. While we have a moment, a big thanks to all of our great sponsors who make Eunice Cardinal Baseball possible. You see them there at the bottom of your screen. You hear in their ads. Of course, we couldn't do this without their help and support. So be sure when you need a business or a good or a service locally, you support those businesses that support your kids. It's because of them we never have to charge you to watch and listen to your kids play on our family of streams and stations. Unfortunately, too many organizations and fortunately, too many radio stations now charging you to watch your kids, and we don't think that's right. And we don't have to and even think about it because of those great sponsors there. Of course, not able to bring you video from the state tournament. It's an NMAA thing. They won't let us do it. They want to charge you. We don't. So now Calvillo to the plate. Calvillo 1 for 2 and a pickoff attempt over at first. Morales back in safely. Good tag slapped down by Romero. So Eunice in the lead here, 8-0. Good lead over at first by Morales. As Walton will set and deals, runner goes. That one is high in the air. The hit and run is on. That one tailing out into deep left field, and making the grab out there is Middlebrook. And no, he didn't get to it in time, and so it'll fall in for a long single to left for Calvillo. And so the line keeps moving for the Cardinals. As Dawn Morgan joins us. Good afternoon, Dawn.
Hey, good afternoon.
So an 8-0 lead now. I think you're good luck. You come into the stadium and all of a sudden nobody out. We've scored 4 runs.
Hey, awesome.
So now Tyson Coy at the plate, 2 on, nobody out, and he will take a big hack at strike number 1. So the no ball, 1 strike count. Cards in the lead. And it's too early to point this out yet, but the 2 runners on the base paths may wind up being extremely important in the grand scheme. 0-1 pitch. Coy takes another big hack at that one, an off-speed pitch, and that'll be strike 2. So the no ball, 2 strike count. Outfield playing fairly deep. Middlebrook just not able to get to that last one in time. I'm screened out by a cover and by the dugout over there from where we sit. So 2 on, nobody out. 0-2 pitch to Coy at the plate. Curveball, and that one's in there. Called.
Whoa.
Strike 3 is Coy.
Wow.
In disbelief as he's punched out. That'll be the first strikeout for Walton. 2nd K of the ball game for the Raton pitching staff. And there is 1 down now as Tyson Jones comes to the plate. So Tyson Jones to the plate. Sorry about that, Dawn.
Yeah.
That a little better?
Yes,
We're adjusting on the fly.
I can hear. Thank you.
So now the DH Jones to the plate, and that one will be away and getting a good jump, and a throwaway ball. That'll score a run as on the steal. Morales gets the steal, and then he will score on the air as Calvillo to third, and he slides in under the tag safe.
Nice. As everybody runs, everybody's safe, loving it, and that's a run on the board.
And so another error. That'll be the 4th error of the ball game by Raton. 3 of those 4 errors have now cost them runs. And more importantly, it was ball 1 at the plate to Jones. And you've got Calvillo now standing at third, the potential 10th run of the ball game. So Jones, who got the scoring started early, will watch that one up and away for ball 2. So a 2-ball, no strike count.
As the Raton catcher moves out, giving the stink eye down the third base line to the Eunice runners out
Eunice
there.
has been running, not necessarily at will, but they've been aggressive. 2-0 count to Jones at the plate. That one going to miss as Tapia tries to frame it.
Yeah.
Ump doesn't buy it. This ump has not bought any tried framing yet in the ball game.
It didn't miss by much, less than 6 inches, but he made an obvious frame on it, and I think that didn't help.
Usually doesn't, as Walton, the relief pitcher, checks on Calvillo over at third. The 3-0 pitch, curveball swung on, and that one is heading out of play and over to the concourse for a long strike one.
You know, it was a really slow, lazy swing, but it made contact, and it sounded good. I mean, this guy's obviously got some power when he puts, a lot of effort into the swing. Spoiled that one off, basically.
So now a 3-1 count, and Walton delivers. That one will be high for ball 4. And so Cardinals on the corners, 4th walk of the ball game. And that will bring Andres Serrano to the plate. Serrano 0 for 2 and due.
Coach wants a timeout, though.
And we're going to have a pinch runner go in. He wants a little more speed out there for Jones, the DH. And he will move Hyan Castro out. And, yeah, Castro can move a little bit.
He looks like it. Just standing on first base, he looks like, he's ready to hit Mach 1 out there.
So that'll do it for Tyson Jones. The DH will take a seat. He is replaced by Hyan Castro. So
Cardinals
Castro,
poised to do some more damage here in this at bat.
just 1 out, 2 on, runners at the corners.
They'd like to go ahead and get it, 10 runs or more ahead, some insurance on top of that.
They would like to, and the first pitch to Serrano was away for ball number 1. Yeah, 5 runs across this inning. They would like to add to it, and not going to bring up the part about 10 runs until this at-bat is over.
It was a fairly tight game until this at-bat. I mean, Eunice got on the board with 3 runs in the bottom of the second, added another in the bottom of the third, and then they've exploded this at-bat.
Yes, they have. They got to the starter and pulled him as that one is up as Castro down, and that one going to get cut off by Decker again as they were trying to lure out Castillo.
And he didn't budge.
Yeah, I was going to say, he did the same thing that Zamora did. He puts his hands on his hips
That's right.
and shakes his head like, are you
not
kidding?
Gonna catch me. Nope.
Yeah, it's like, I'm not going to fall for that one here, guys.
Right, and since that
Calvillo, pardon me.
Yeah, since it went to the cutoff man, the shortstop in front of second base, they didn't get the runner going to
2-0
second.
pitch swung on and missed as a good fastball from Walton runs that by him and makes it a 2-ball, 1-strike count.
Yeah, it looked like he worked the inside of the plate on that pitch as well.
Runners at second and third. Cardinals trying to add on to a 9-0 lead here in the 4th. 2-1 pitch, and that one will be on the outside corner. Nice pitch. Took a little bit off of that one to find the strike zone. And it'll even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And now Serrano going to have to go into plate protection mode. The Cardinals have batted around. Serrano, the 9th hitter of the inning, to come to the plate. And just 1 down. So Serrano back in. Walton sets up around the chin, and the 2-2 pitch swung on and missed. Got him. Swung on and missed. That'll be the 2nd K for Walton, 3rd K of the ball game.
And took a little speed off of that, and and he was sitting. I got a little anxious and couldn't wait on. He was a little in front ahead of that pitch.
So now Misa Brito will come in to bat. Brito had to be temporarily removed from the game for protocol, but he'll be back in to bat. He reached via an error and scored. Actually, his courtesy runner, Baeza, scored, but Brito back in the game. I think you are allowed to re-enter if you go out on a medical.
And he's a left-handed batter. While he was walking up to the plate, the catcher for Raton took the time to go out to the mound and have a short meet and greet there with the pitcher.
So the first pitch to Brito, and that one will be low and in for ball number 1. Brito 1 for 2 with 2 runs scored and an RBI.
Only first base is vacant right now.
And 9-0. Out on the base paths, you've got Jose Calvillo at third. Castro at second. Hyan Castro running for Jones.
Boy, what a beautiful afternoon for baseball.
It certainly is. As the 1-0 pitch to Brito swung on, and that one is popped up and out of play on the left side. That one heads over to the field next door. And the count evens up at a ball and a strike.
Yeah, it went off out to the left of us, and we don't have to worry about it even up here on the second deck because we've got netting overhead everywhere.
Yes, we do. And we're sitting in the shade, so
yeah, can
I'm
handle
good
that.
with that.
You bet.
Walton deals the 1-1 to Brito, and that one is at the top of the zone. Called strike 2. Brito thinking it a little bit high. And
yeah.
What'd you call it, the stink eye a minute ago? I think Brito singing a little stink eye to the man in black back there.
That was on the outside of the plate as well.
So a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Walton trying to get out of this one with no more damage being done. And the 1-2 pitch, and that one will be high. He tries the same pitch and moved it up about an inch, and that'll be ball number 2.
And again, the catcher trying to frame that kind of yanked it down a little bit. And
I noticed Brito kind of looking back like,
you're not going to change your mind, right?
So that's a 2-ball, 2-strike count to Brito. Walton checks the runners, comes with the 2-2 pitch, and that one is going to be away. Tapia tries to frame it.
Yeah.
Ump says no.
Hasn't missed much.
Good luck, better luck next time.
If it was a pistol competition here, his 3 shots would have been within a couple of inches of each other, but missing the target.
His clustering would be very good.
Exactly.
So it's a full count now to Brito at the plate. First one on Walton as the pitcher, and the payoff pitch is in the turf.
Wow.
Ball number 4, and so Brito will trot down to first. 5th walk of the ball game will load him up for Bubba Cerna. So Bubba with a ringing double to left his last time up.
And the catcher for Raton did a nice job. He blocked that out. It was so low. If it was dirt instead of artificial turf, it would have been in a cloud of dust back there. But he did it to keep it from hitting the backstop. And third base never flinched. Didn't try to come home.
First pitch to Cerna as Bubba takes a big hack at that one and needed about another 6 inches on that bat as that curveball. Walton doesn't throw one often, but he got it that time, and Cerna chased for strike 1. Bases are juiced full of Cardinals, and the pitch to Cerna is high for ball number 1.
Yeah, first pitch was outside. This one was inside, and about the same spot height-wise.
Brito at first, Castro at second, Calvillo at third. Cardinals have plated 4, make that 5 this inning. They'd like to add to it. Bases loaded, Cerna at the plate. And the 1-1 pitch, that one's in the dirt, and that one is going to get away from the catcher. Tapia goes through the 5-hole as Calvillo slides in and is safe on the passed ball.
Yeah, Calvillo.
Everybody else moves around.
Calvillo got to it and threw it back. The pitcher was covering home plate, but the throw was not in time.
Calvillo slides in under the tag of Walton. And so Eunice now up 10-0, and it's a 2-1 count to Cerna at the plate.
And runners at second and third with just 1 out, and Eunice poised to put some more on the board.
2-1 pitch, and that one will be away for ball number 3. After Bubba hit that ringer last time, it pretty much ended the night of Ortega, or rather afternoon.
Yeah, fielders
First time he's faced Bubba.
Fielders are all playing very deep within about 6 feet of the warning track in front of the fence.
3-1 pitch, and Cerna chases one out of the zone up high.
You know, these Cardinals are stepping up, and you know, with runners on the bases, you know, and Eunice wanting to put more runs on the board, I think they're just trying to be heroes, you know. They're trying to step up there, and they're going for pitches that normally I think they'd let alone.
Just put it in play and see what happens. The payoff pitch, and that one's up and away, and up and in, I should say, ball 4. So back-to-back walks, loads them up again.
So high and so inside that he ducked before he threw the bat down to take his base on balls.
Cerna at first, Brito at second, Castro at third. And now it'll be Luis Zamora to the plate. Zamora with a ringing single back up the middle.
10-0 your score here, Eunice. Well in front.
Yes, they are in command. And the first pitch swung on, and that one is high in the air to shallow center field. Could be trouble. And that one is going to drop in. That'll score 1. And that will get a run home. And on the play at third, that'll let Zamora go to second, but it'll be an RBI single to center, as that will cash in high in Castro. Make this 11-0. Brito to third, Cerna to second, Zamora at first. Actually, that cashed 2 in.
I was about to tell you, too.
Brito scores.
Yep.
Cerna to third, Zamora to second. There we go, and now 12-0.
Yep, 12-0. And still 1 out, runners on second and third. 2 outs now, runners on second and third.
But now Gallegos to the plate as 8 have come across for the Cards, and Randy takes a big swing at one. I think he came out of his left cleat there. Strike 1.
Yeah, it was away, but it had good late movement on it, moving toward the plate pretty quickly.
8 runs across this inning for the Cardinals. And the pitch to Gallegos is low and in for ball number 1. Gallegos, the 13th hitter of the inning to come to the plate for the Cardinals.
A long at bat, but it's been fruitful.
Yes, it has.
8 have crossed the plate in this at-bat here in the bottom of the 4th inning for
And you'd
Eunice.
like to see some more cross if you're the Cards. As the wind and the 1-1 pitch, that one's high for ball number 2.
As it stands, if even if the inning ended, right now without any more runs, Eunice would be up 12-0, and Raton would need at least 2 to get it, at least 3 to actually
To see a bottom of the 5th.
Right,
Yep.
exactly. So, Eunice would just need to hold him.
2-1 pitch. That one is in the turf. Nice job by Tapia. Backhands it to keep it in front of him.
Yeah,
To keep this one at just a 12-0 ball game.
But Eunice would like to add a couple more and then hold Raton in the top of the 5th, and game over.
Insurance runs if you
always
can
want
get them.
You do. You need them.
So Gallegos back in. It's a 3-ball, 1-strike count, 2 on, 2 out, and the pitch from Walton. That one is high for ball 4.
And that loads him up. That's not the worst thing in the world for Raton, but it sets the stage for even more run production by Eunice in this at-bat.
So Isaac Morales will step in. He faced Walton earlier this inning and shot one right back up his nose, basically.
To force
And
on
had
any
an
base now.
Had an RBI single and scored in this 8-run outburst for the Cards. 14th hitter of the inning coming up. And that first pitch will be a fastball in for ball number 1 to Morales. Boy, I wish we could show you video on this. It's been pretty to watch the Cardinals move around, the red and white move around the green and brown.
And it's nice to look down and see so much red over here below us and to the left between
1-0
us.
pitch, and that one is
a call
was
strike.
the cut fastball, maybe a slider in there, strike 1. So a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Yeah, pretty good crowd on hand, although nowhere to sit because there's like, 3 little bleacher sections here at this park.
Right.
1-1 pitch, and that one will be at the knees, called strike 2.
A lot of the Eunice faithful who made it, they have chosen to stand in the shade around the stands that are closest to their dugout. They've chosen to stand in shade rather than sit in the sun.
Don't blame them.
That's right. I don't blame them either.
1-2 pitch and swung on, and that one will be popped up on the infield as Decker comes in. Between second and third, the shortstop will make the grab to end the inning, but 8 runs come across for the Cardinals. So now Raton going to have to get 3 just to see a bottom of the 5th. We've played 4. It's Eunice 12, Raton nothing. Cardinal baseball continues in a moment.
In minor and major repairs from oil changes, car washes, brake work, AC repair, and so much more. For more information, call 394-8828. Call 394-8828. Or swing by Redbird Garage at 1800 North Main Street in Eunice and meet the new owners, Josh and Erica Jones. Redbird Garage is your hometown mechanic shop, committed to always doing what's right for you and your vehicle. Bart Parker, owner of Redbird LP Gas Company, and his employees are proud of their Eunice Cardinals. Bart, class of 1971, state champions of both basketball and baseball, support the kids with their academics and athletics. They realize that balancing both is challenging and appreciate their determination. Redbird knows the Eunice Cardinals have worked really hard to get where they're at, and they are cheering them on all the way. Bart and his crew say, "Go Eunice Cardinals!"
And welcome back to Eunice Cardinal playoff baseball as Goitia's day is done. He will be replaced on the hill to try and shut this one down. It'll be Elijah Melanson. So Melanson on to try and shut things down, but the Eunice Cardinals put 8 runs up in the 4th inning on 1, 2, 4, 5 hits, 8 runs on 5 hits, 3 errors committed, and the bases were left loaded. But now Eunice is just 3 outs away from winning this ball game and moving on to play. Who is it again? Oh, yeah, it's the Loving Falcons, a district game in the semifinals.
Yeah, and that game would be tomorrow, of course, and then the championship game on Saturday. But,
all of them here at the Jennifer Riordan Spark Kindness Sports Complex. That's as big a mouthful as the 2025 Nucinda Federal Credit Union NMAA State Baseball Championships.
It's such a long title that when you type in Jennifer Reardon and Albuquerque pops up, it sends you to what they call the Albuquerque Sports Complex. Because,
there is a big football stadium over to the south of us, which is where I'm parked.
Yeah, Nucinda football. Good news is I parked a lot closer, so I'll be able to.
You can be a ride back over to the football stadium.
Yes, I will.
When I got here,
it depends on how the rest of this game goes. Yeah.
When I got here, the guy at the gate said media lot's full, the spectator lot's full. I think you can park at the football stadium. There may still be some spots over there, and there were about 5.
I got lucky. A couple of people had left and left some open spots over there. So it's still a pretty good hike in, even from there. It's a pretty good walk in.
As Melanson ready to go, and he'll deal his first pitch, swung on, and that one is popped up on the right side. Gallegos at second, goes over, and thank you, young man, used 2 hands, and he did, and it'll be a pop out for out number 1. So Chris Ortega pops it out, and 1 down now.
He was fighting the sun because that sun is just pretty much overhead, just right overhead this baseball diamond right here in this sports complex.
So now it'll be Braylon Walton to the plate. Reached on an error his last time up, and Melanson throws the fastball in. 7, 8, and 9 due up, and so Walton, the number 8 hitter, Cooper King, waits on deck. As Raton needing 3 runs to see a bottom of the 5th. Melanson on to try and lock this one down. Limited time on the hill this season, but you've got some time to work with as that fastball
nice
right down the slot.
Yep.
Evens things up at a ball and a strike.
Yeah, a little above, just above the knee maybe, and just on the outside corner of the plate. Nice pitch.
So the 1 ball, 1 strike count. 1 down here. Raton down to their final 2 outs. And the 1-1 pitch, that one will be high on the fastball for ball number 2.
Yeah, he actually flinched on that. He didn't offer to swing, but he flinched on it, just thinking about it.
So a 2 ball, no strike count. Everybody pretty much their normal position. Serrano actually over kind of towards the hole at short from third.
Outfielders are playing in pretty much.
2-1 pitch swung on, and that'll be a jam shot. Off the bounce, Zamora handles it behind second, fires it to Calvillo at first. Count the out 6-3, and there are 2 down.
That was nicely played, as I thought that was going straight up the middle and was a hit, and instead he moved over from traditional play at shortstop where he was. He moved all the way over, caught the bounce right in front of the second base, and then made a nice throw across his body on the move to clip the runner in plenty of time.
So now Cooper King, the final chance for the Raton Tigers this afternoon, and Melanson will face him. King is 0 for 1, struck out his last time up. Elijah kicks, fires fastball inside corner, knee high, but must have been in by, I don't know, the width of an eyelash for ball 1. Looked pretty good from up here, but again, we're about 25 feet back and about 2 stories up, so can't always tell the up-down. The 1-0, and that one bounces off the plate, but he calls it strike 1.
I think it bounced off the catcher's glove. You can't see it from right there because the ump is screening you out, but it was definitely a drop ball. It was a fast ball. It came in at the knees, and it hit the catcher's glove and then bounced off to the right.
And here I was getting ready to accuse the umpire of.
No, I think it was right on the edge of the zone. Sure.
1-1 pitch, fastball swung on. That's a ground shot. Gallegos dives out, gets the glove on it, knocks it over. Charging up is Cerna, but that was a hard play, and so it will be a 2-out single to right for Cooper King.
Yeah.
And so that'll turn things back over to the top of the lineup with Chase Middlebrook, who is 0 for 0. He's walked a couple of times in this ball game, got left stranded once and got thrown out trying to be aggressive on the base paths by Cerna.
No shame in that. Second baseman did a heck of a job just getting to that ball to even knock it down. There was no play on it.
First pitch from Melanson. That's the cutter, and it's on the outside corner, called strike 1. So a no ball, 1 strike count. Raton down to their final out. King at first, leading off. Calvillo holds him on. And the 0-1 pitch swung on. That's a hard shot on the ground that'll find its way through into left field as Brito will get to it and toss it back in. Nothing Serrano or Zamora could do about that one. So back-to-back singles.
Well hit. Just one of those ground ball with eyes, finds it right between the 2 players. And now it's the runner at the plate who could mean, if they can get 3 runs, Raton could keep this game going. and avoid being run ruled here.
Melanson from the stretch, checks on the runner, sets at the belt. The pitch swung on. That one's a chop shot foul into the Raton dugout on the first base line for strike one.
But the good news for Eunice is 2 outs and now a strike, and now they're 2 strikes away from ending this game early.
All you got to do is worry about the guy at the plate.
That's
Wouldn't
all they
worry
gotta
about
do.
the base runners at all.
Nope.
And doesn't look like they're going to.
Not unless it's an easy toss to one of the bases to get a force out or something.
0-1 pitch swung on, and that's a high bouncing ball. Waiting for it is Gallegos. Bare hands it, fires it to first in time, and did not get him. As Calvillo had stretched out, and he asking for time, and he's holding the ankle.
Yeah, he got run into. He held that. I tell you, he was.
As diving in over there was Romero. It's actually faster if you just run through it.
Yeah, rather than stop and make the toss. But still, as that first baseman, he had his foot anchored around the base, and so when the base runner hit the base, it was a double whammy. The base moved into the first baseman's ankle, and his foot moved into that ankle, and he's up walking it off. He's saying thumbs up that he's okay, but instantly that could not have felt good.
No.
As I'm sure he's going to have a little bruise and a little bit of a limp.
So now bases are loaded.
And again, nice force out on any base. All they need is one more out.
Gallegos played that about as well as you could. That one bounced about 40 feet in the air.
It was a kangaroo couldn't have gone
first
to
pitch
that.
to Edmondson. He will take a hack at it, and it will be fouled off for strike number one. So you've got Romero after the infield single at first. You've got Middlebrook at second after a single to left, and King at third after a single to right. All this coming with 2 outs.
Is Raton looking for a little more room and time in this game, but Eunice wants to shut him down right here.
0-1 count. And the pitch swung on, and that one's a chop shot foul over towards the Raton dugout. So Edmondson now down in the count, no balls and 2 strikes.
It's interesting. The last couple of Raton batters have been sort of chopping down on that ball, and that gave rise to that big hopper.
Before this batter, Almager did come out to talk, and that one swung on. That'll be a ground shot. It is handled by Serrano. Double clutches to Calvillo. Cross the diamond. 5-3 for out number 3. And the Eunice Cardinals have shut out the Raton Tigers and will move on to tomorrow to face the Loving Falcons with a trip to the state championship on the line. We'll come back to wrap this one up. Cardinals State Tournament Baseball continues in a moment.
Strength, reliability. Located at 3529 North Del Paso Hobbs, Thomas Welding is your trusted partner for top quality welding and industrial services. They specialize in carbon and stainless welding, operate an ASME R stamp code shop, and provide roustabout services, dirt work, equipment rental, sandblasting, and coating. Owned and operated by Justin Thomas, who says we take pride in serving our community and are a proud supporter of Lee County athletics and academics. For expert craftsmanship and dependable service, call Thomas Welding today.
Outlaw Grill, the perfect spot for family dinners and date nights. Craving something extraordinary? Outlaw Grill serves up delicious fire-grilled steaks, fresh seafood, and authentic Italian pasta, flavors you won't find anywhere else. Dine in or call ahead for a quick and easy gourmet meal in Hobbs, 575-392-2012, or the Eunice location, 575-942-2466. Proudly supporting Lee County athletics and academics, Outlaw Grill is your go-to for great food and community spirit. Come taste the difference at Outlaw Grill.
The Eunice Cardinals win this game by a final of 12-0 as Raton leaves the bases loaded in the top of the 5th inning. So your final line score in this one for your victorious Cardinals, they get 12 runs on 9 hits. They commit 1 error, and they leave 4 runners out on the base paths. They get the shutout, no runs on 6 hits, 4 errors committed by Raton, and they leave 6 out on the base paths. Goitia goes 4 complete and will get the win in this one. He had 3 strikeouts, walked 2. And so a good win for Eunice, but now you got to turn around, and they've got 4 losses in the books on the season, one of them coming to the team they play tomorrow at 12:30. That is the Loving Falcons. Of course, they beat Loving 3 times. That should also be mentioned.
That definitely needs to be mentioned. So they're ahead of the game. They know and should have confidence going into that game against Loving tomorrow. And Loving girls, the softball team, got surprised. They got knocked off, in the first game?
In the first game,
yeah.
Up here. I think they're in the elimination round today.
They are in the consolation bracket.
So anyway, a 12-0 win, and we will be back with you tomorrow right back here at about 12:30. Game scheduled to start against the Loving Falcons, the two teams of Redbirds from southeast New Mexico, and two of the baseball powers in 2A.
Well, it's not unusual, as Lovington and Artesia girls played against each other, came all the way up to Albuquerque, to play another district game, basically,
That's the way it works,
in the game this morning. So, yeah, they'll continue on, though, still holding the flag for Lee County. Here is the Lovington softball team and now Eunice baseball team. So, go Cats, go Cardinals.
For sure. 12-0 again, our final score. And we'd like to say a big thank you again to our great sponsors, BTH Rentals, Services and Rentals, Cardinal Hardware, DNC Electric, Eunice Public Schools, Eunice Pump and Supply, Guns Up Services, New Mexico Junior College, NMR Pipeline, Parker Energy, R360, Redbird Gas Company, Thomas Welding Services, Redbird Garage, Outlaw Grill, and Lasco Construction. For Tiff Stuber, keeping an eye and an ear on things back at One Radio Square. For Don Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle saying so long from the Jennifer Riordan Spark Kindness Sports Complex. Cardinals victorious today, final 12-0. We'll see you right back here tomorrow. This has been an exclusive presentation of Noalmark Digital and One Radio Square Sports. Good afternoon, everyone.